Hey, Tony Gas is here. You know, I've been seeing a lot of talk about the boyfriend and girlfriend stage and what should be done and what shouldn't be done. And I want to share something with y'all, you know, just coming from being a person that was always in a relationship and then getting married at 23, now going on 15 years of marriage. We're in a new day to day and it's totally different. And I think one of the things that a lot of people forget, yes, principles don't change, morals and values change. Our morals and values have changed greatly. So because our morals and values have changed greatly, the world has changed. And so what you have to understand that in this day and age, it's very, very important that a woman establishes her independence. When you think about chivalry and where chivalry comes from and the purpose of chivalry, it wasn't because men saw women as special. It wasn't because men praised women. It was really because men stripped the identity of women. So a man opening a door, a man pulling out a chair, it wasn't really about love. It wasn't about that. It was basically saying you're less than, you're weaker than. And that's why women could not vote. That's why women could not be the head of a church. That's why women were not equally paid like men. Women couldn't get an education. Women were basically barefoot and pregnant when all of this came about. And so you have to think about this and realize where this comes from, and this need for a woman to feel taken care of financially. And a lot of women are associating a man paying their bills and a man paying for dinner. They're associating that with femininity and feeling feminine because a man is paying for something, but failing to realize that pimps and players, dope boys, also pay for everything. And also failing to realize that the human mind in a society of consumers is set up to believe that what you pay for, you own. So when you are dealing with your average everyday man, which is what you're going to be dealing with, you're not going to be dealing with an exception to the rule when you jump into a relationship. 9 out of 10 times you're dealing with an average man, an everyday man. And so an everyday man means that what he pays for, he owns. So if you make him paying a representation of you keeping your femininity, then yes, he is going to want something in return. Is it right not to want your body? That's not right. To want something in return, that's human. Is it real? Yes. Is it right? No. In the sense of him paying for dinner and then wanting to sleep with you. But this is the thing. Different people speak love differently. So if a woman sees love as a man helping with bills and paying for dates, and a man sees love as a woman showing love and respect as intimacy, meaning getting in the bed, then that's just the way he speaks his love. And that's the way she speaks her love. So here's where the problem lies. If you come into a dating relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend, and you are expecting husband and wife benefits, you prolong the dating period, you throw off marriage because there's no incentive to be married unless you are religious, and being married means a covenant with God and that you're out of fornication. So if that's not the case, if you're not religious and it doesn't mean you're going to be right with God and you don't believe in that, then there will be absolutely no incentive of being married if you're doing everything in the dating stage. And so what you have to realize is that dating is supposed to be two independent people who take care of themselves, who come from their family, and their family is their backing, their family is their support, and they are taking care of themselves. and they come together and they start to date, the man is courting the woman, but in a way, the woman is courting a man. The two individuals are looking at each other and they're evaluating their heart, their honesty, their consistency, and everything else is understood. And what's understood does not need to be explained. So what I mean by this is, a man does not need to sleep with a woman if he knows she has a vagina, because he knows if she has a vagina that it works and that he can do what he needs to do when that time comes. A woman does not need to see a man pay a bill to know that he can pay a bill. If he is gainfully employed and he is ambitious and working, then it is understood that he can pay a bill. People keep saying, oh, well, I need to see wife qualities and I need to see husband qualities. It's like, you're not cars that need to be test drove. You're adults. So all of that is a given. It's like, it's not rocket science for a man to pay for a date. It's not rocket science for a man to pay a bill. Like, you don't need a trial period of, oh, let me see if he's gonna pay these bills. Let me fake a sprained ankle to see if he's gonna offer to pay my copay. It's like, what? It's like, look at his character. Like, he's gonna do things naturally and he's gonna show you that he's solid and he's consistent, but he should not have to buy his right to be a husband. Meaning, it has to go both ways. So if a woman wants to save herself until marriage, or a woman wants to abstain, and that means a lot to him, then said woman cannot expect the man to give something that means a lot to her if she is not giving something that means a lot to him. So instead, both have to be independent until you become interdependent. And then when you are interdependent, that's when you're both speaking the love language of the other. Whereas a woman's love language could be gifts, or the man's love language could be gifts, and the other person's love language could be physical touch, quality time. And so in dating, it literally should be quality time. The goal of dating is not to see, it's not for the man to see how good the woman is in bed. And it's not for the woman to see how great the man is at providing. None of those things matter in the grand scheme of things. And that's the lie that you've been told. I'm going on 15 years of healthy marriage as a millennial. Meaning, I made the cut by 1 year being born in '84, which I'm not proud of. But as a quote-unquote millennial, to be married for 15 years, that's in the social media age, that's a huge accomplishment. And I'm here to tell you that the way y'all are dating and your requirements in dating have nothing to do with marriage. At the end of the day, the question needs to be asked, can I trust this person? Is this person going to be faithful to me? And is this person going to treat me with respect? Paying bills and having sex, those things are, it's icing on the cake. It's a plus, not a priority. A woman seeing how a man provides may be irrelevant, because women can run circles around men in the earnings department because of the way the world is set up today. In 1950, it was very important that a man knows how to provide, because women were not being paid fairly, equally, or even given rightful opportunity. Today, it's women who make 7 figures from an Instagram business. You know, literally just from marketing on Instagram and building a following on Instagram and selling makeup, you know, selling waist trainers, selling outfits, selling hair, cosmetics, 7 figures, and some 8 figures, and a whole bunch making 6 figures. Now women are getting degrees and going to work and making 6 figures in the corporate world. So a man providing, he could have the greatest heart, be the greatest person in the world, but if his degree does not pay like her degree, if his job does not pay like her job, then it does not matter. So we're focusing on the business of marriage instead of the love of marriage. And that's why we go through so much divorce, because marriage still needs to be about love and not about business. It shouldn't be a business transaction. What can you do for me financially, and what can you do for me sexually? No, it needs to be about, where is your heart? Where is your mind? Can I trust you? Will you be faithful to me? Will you be honest with me? Those are the key things, and everything else, it falls where it may. It falls where it may. And a lot of people have marriage mixed up. A lot of people have it mixed up. I earn money and I'm able to take care of my household, but you know what? I stay up late and I wake up late a lot of times. So do you know my wife takes out the trash more than I take out the trash? If you let y'all singles tell it, that's an absolute red flag, deal breaker, no go. And here we are, 100% happy in marriage. Do you know that it's not a requirement in my marriage that my wife cooks at all? That I'm fine buying food out, or I'll even hire a chef if I need to. But I don't see a woman's rite of passage as cooking and cleaning every day, just because she doesn't work a traditional 40-hour-a-week job. Because her job, helping raise our sons, is the hardest job in the world. It's the most taxing, draining, yet fulfilling job in the world. There isn't a price that could be put on that. So this is the thing. Y'all have to get out y'all head and stop thinking about the business of marriage, and stop worrying about the logistics of marriage, and make sure you got somebody that's solid, that you can love and trust and build with. Somebody you can count on, somebody that's your teammates. Like, stop worrying about what kind of sex she gonna put out and what kind of money he gonna put out. That's why y'all not happy. That's why you can't find love. A lot of people talking about, oh, you know, I can't find love, I can't find love. Love staring you in the face, but it's your preferences that's blocking your love, because you basing marriage off of preferences and not standards. You got to understand, standards is rooted in morals and values. Morals and values is how somebody respect your mind, how somebody respect your body. It ain't how much money they can spend. And that's why you see so many women getting bought, because the world is putting so much emphasis on a man spending money and a woman giving her body. It's modern day prostitution. It's not love. That's not a healthy marriage. Like, I pay bills all day, every day. And guess what? That's not a demand on my wife that she have to sleep with me. If my wife just, the way stuff's set up, the way she's sleeping, the way her body feeling, the way her hormones, if we go 3 weeks without having sex, that's fine, because she's a human. She's not a robot. Me paying bills is not buying a sex right, because she's still a human with a heart. And it's not her job to just be a robot for me. And I'm not a robot for her. So listen, in healthy marriage, there are no gender roles. It's respect. It's real love. And that's going to look different from couple to couple, from person to person, because lives are different. Jobs are different. Health, hormones are different. Understand that.
God bless you.